What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer, and I'm back with another video. Uh, so yeah, breaking news: Sony just bought Bungie, guys who originally created Halo and the people behind Destiny, which is surprising, and I didn't see it coming. But at the same time, it's not because Bungie has always had a good relationship with Sony. I mean, just look at Destiny. You know, a lot of their stuff got pushed forward on PlayStation first. So we've known they had a really good relationship. I just never imagined it was that good. And then it's already come out that Bungie is gonna still maintain that Destiny be multi-platform. They're not gonna make it exclusive or something like that. And they also remain adamant that they are gonna be a independent and they're going to retain full control of their stuff and they can self-publish if they want. It's just Sony's going to be a partner with them, which I got to say is really good for them. Because I remember when they were first bought by Activision Blizzard and things got really messy with them, and then they eventually had to buy themselves out of their contract to be free. And I know that was news and it was a good thing for them. So hopefully this goes better, and it does seem like it will. But yeah, we're gonna try something a little different because again, this is news that just came out, and I'm gonna react to one of my favorite content creators. I'm gonna watch their reaction, which is Easy Allies. I love their stuff. Please check them out. I'll put a link for them down below. But yeah, I'm gonna be reacting to their reaction to this news. So this video is gonna be a little weird and a little experimental. So if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If not, let me know. But yeah, let's just get into it.
Hello there, I'm Brandon Jones. I'm joined by Daniel Bloodworth and Brad
Yo,
Ellis.
yo.
And Bloodworth right now is looking at a mountain of information involving the recent acquisition by Sony and PlayStation of Bungie, which does that Destiny there. We should maybe start. How much Destiny you've been playing? How much Destiny did you play last year, Brad Ellis?
Last
Yeah, truthfully, I played the first Destiny quite a bit. I finished it and I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. But I don't know. I never got into two. None of the even one. I don't even think I played any of the expansions either. I enjoyed the PvP of the first game too, but I don't know, for whatever reason I fell off. That being said, I did enjoy it, and I've heard some Destiny 2 has had its ups and downs, but it's been mostly on the up from what I've heard so far. Like lately, it's been up lately.
year, zero.
But you have
Oh,
played
really?
Destiny 2, though, a
I
bunch.
played Destiny 2 when it came out, but that was about it.
Oh, okay.
Huber
Okay.
is the one that plays a lot.
But he
Huber
doesn't
plays the
drag
most,
you
yeah.
in.
He tries to, but I say no, no, Huber.
Do you see more Destiny in the future following the acquisition of Sony of
uh,
Bungie?
maybe.
Are they about
Sure,
to raise the stakes?
I'm never like out 100%. If there's something that comes along and sparks my interest, yeah.
It's like Endwalker. You're done with the end of an era. You got to move on to something else. You know, it's time to open new doors. What did they buy it for? That's like the one thing I don't know, Blood.
3.6 billion.
Got to be got to be a couple bill.
Yeah, and let's get the big craziness out of the way, which Sony even led with on their blog. Bungie will remain an independent, weird word to me, and multi-platform studio and publisher. So yeah, Destiny is not going to become an exclusive. In fact, it sounds like their future games are not going to become exclusive. In fact, it sounds like just the opposite. There's a big long interview on GamesIndustry.biz with Jim Ryan and Pete Parsons of Bungie. Jim Ryan's of Sony, and it sounds like Sony is using this to help them leverage their way into moving outside of PlayStation, becoming a multi-platform publisher themselves. So what the heck? This is just like the opposite of what you picture when you.
Yeah, I remember reading that too, and like I said it before earlier. But another thing I saw that they said is at Sony or PlayStation Studios, they're gonna have access to Destiny's tools. And I have to imagine they're, that's a big get for PlayStation, I'm assuming. I mean, so many different, we have Unreal Engine, Frostbite. Snowdrop, I think, or that same that Snowdrop, bigger the upgrade for Frostbite. Point is, so Bungie's tools, they're nothing to snub at. They're a good set. They're good, and it's a good get. But yeah, it's so weird, and I don't think none of the future games will be exclusive. My my assumption is just whatever games Bungie themselves want to publish, those will be exclusive. But when they do make a game in tandem with Sony, then those games will be exclusive. So I don't think it's complete non-exclusivity. I do believe there will be some exclusive games from them. It's just not going to be games that Bungie themselves work on alone. Like if it's a Bungie game, like internal them only, that will not be exclusive. But if it's something they're working with in tandem with PlayStation, that I believe will be exclusive. That's how I read it. That's how I see it.
When you hear about an acquisition like this.
Yeah, it's wild. I immediately thought like, oh, I wonder if Destiny's gonna go PlayStation PC only in the future or something like that. But it's the exact opposite. It seems right now,
Yeah.
which is insane because Sony's usually pretty close about what they keep or
Yeah.
multi-platform. It's like usually PlayStation first, maybe some PC ports like 4 years later. But this is crazy.
It could be a part of it. I wonder if that messaging blood is specifically following, the last week's news that they're like, oh yeah, well, Destiny will still be on everything. Take our COD. We don't need it. It's like I wonder if that's like a COD Destiny, shuffle. I don't know.
Well, they actually asked about that, and obviously, like, yeah, this has been in the works for a while. This isn't a response to anything.
Just the verbiage, just specifically what they were talking
But
about
no,
today.
but here's what here's the big quote from Jim Ryan, the one that really got my attention. So I've been on record talking about increasing the size of the PlayStation community and expanding beyond our
There's more
core
acquisitions on the
console
way.
heartland.
That's what he says.
What a name! What a word!
Yeah.
This can take many forms, and definitely one of the main ones is the ability for the wonderful games that we've been making over the past 25 years. So not even just talking about new games. The games we've been making for the past 25 years to be enjoyed in different places and played in different ways.
Whoa.
We're starting to go multi-platform. This is out of Sony's mouth.
Wow.
You've seen that. We have an aggressive roadmap with live services and the opportunity to work with and particularly learn from the brilliant and talented people from Bungie that is going to considerably accelerate the journey we find ourselves on.
We're multi-platform, and you know this, man.
Yeah. Blood when they say
Okay, so that was totally off. That was not what he was segueing into. But what thought he was going to talk about was that they did announce that more acquisitions are on the way. Like apparently this is not the only one. They are going to be like finalizing more that'll probably be announced maybe this year, later on this year. But yeah, again, I don't believe they're going to go completely completely multi-platform. They're going to retain some exclusivity. I don't see them going out completely multi-platform off the gate.
like about all the PlayStation history, that makes me really curious about the Spartacus stuff.
Right.
Their supposed Game Pass S thing. Like, I wonder if that's going to be on other stuff besides PlayStation. Then.
Right. Yeah. I would have to imagine because God of War just came out on PC. A couple of other Sony games have been out on PC. I have to imagine that what they're launching will be similar to Game Pass, to where you can play these things on PlayStation or on PC, and if they add the cloud element, perhaps on mobile as well.
Yeah, Spartacus, basically Sony's answer to Game Pass. Yeah, I've never in my mind did I doubt that was not gonna they're not gonna try to push that onto other platforms. In fact, I know people have been saying it for a while, but people like rumors going that Game Pass might be coming to Nintendo, or because again, or it could be coming to PlayStation, just because it's a streaming platform, and I I'm not surprised if Sony would take the same route where, yeah, they have their console, they have some of their exclusivities, but they also have a streaming platform that can be on other systems as well. It's complicated and weird, and I don't understand all of it, but I mean, That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
What if like every PlayStation game ever just was on Steam one day? You know, like, but like just Steam, not PlayStation. You're like, wait, what? You know, like, I wonder how far. Yeah, they're gonna take this.
You have no idea how much I would just love to buy, like the original Resident Evil trilogy. Even though those are Capcom games, if they're on PlayStation, if I could just get the third-party games just on there
Right.
also, so they're not just on PS1.
Yeah, Syphon Filter. I want to play that tonight.
Just
On
anything,
PC.
yeah.
It does sound in a lot of ways too that whatever Bungie is currently like got under wraps, what they're working on seems to be a big part of this.
Live service game. So they keep emphasizing live service, the future.
Yeah,
Get PlayStation in on that.
because one of the biggest things that Bungie mentioned in their note was the biggest thing that means for us is that we're going to be hiring.
My goodness. Yeah.
They also talked about film and TV. They're making an IP that is going to go across not just games but also film and TV as well. So it
Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Okay. Back to this.
makes me really wonder that like whatever they're about to unveil seems like it's going to have a lot more of an identity, more of a recognition factor than even Destiny does.
Yeah, maybe.
Are they just starting that, or do you think that might be announced at the end of this year or in 2023? Like Bungie's next big thing? Because you were saying like it seems like they got it's not.
It sounds like it's been in the works for some time.
Uh it's possible. I wouldn't put it past them. Because honestly, the only thing we have seen from Bungie is Destiny. So I mean, yeah, I mean they could keep working on Destiny, but I have to assume that a large portion of their team was probably working on something else already. I mean, it'd be crazy for them not to be, right?
It would make sense. Yeah, they've just been really focused on this one franchise. One would assume it'd be a shooter.
Yeah,
to try another
I would
shooter,
assume.
something.
Right.
Since Sony doesn't have any FPSs like at all, so yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think somebody brought that up recently as well. Like we used to have, all of these Sony shooters, and one by one they've kind of gone to the wayside for other projects.
Now they're gonna lose COD. You know, Halo's just killing it. You know, this in sales, it's looking bleak.
Again, I do not believe Sony is gonna lose COD. Again, just believe that game is way too massive. Anything else, maybe possibility wise, but I don't see anything. I don't see COD leaving Sony anytime soon. I mean, I know they've already reiterated that the ones in the work or the ones that were already contractually obligated, they're gonna keep multi-platform. But yeah, I just don't see Call of Duty leaving. I don't see it.
But I mean, speaking of Halo, Bungie used to be Xbox.
That's so weird.
Talk about changing sides.
I mean, it's just it's a company that used to be. I guess that's my other question. Is like, what is Bungie today other than Destiny? Like, what do we, or like, how many people are still left from that original team that was with Xbox? It was interesting to have Joseph Staten totally leave and then just like come back to Xbox because they called him in. Like, I wonder if we'll see some old Bungie vets come back, to work on a project, because it's like, now we've got Sony in the room. They just made a really interesting pitch, and kudos to Sony for getting a breaking news segment for only $3 billion. They didn't have to go double digits.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
here we are
from
later, now
68 to
Sony,
only
'cause
having to
that's what's
3
funny
point
is
something.
they're pumping their message into this, being like, it's not just Bungie, get ready. So I wonder if like 2022 is going to be the most acquisitions we've ever seen in the industry. Just crazy.
Yeah.
It certainly seems like that. We've already gotten Activision Blizzard King this month, and now this.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Here's another good quote from Jim Ryan. A couple of things here. So actually, two different separate quotes really. So again, about like the roadmap or whatever. He's like, I can't go into details today, but we have an amazing roadmap on how to do that. But here, I would back us to do live service games ourselves. But when you have the potential to have a partner like Bungie who has been there, done it all before, learned the lessons, and have got this wonderful, brilliant team who is there and has the potential to help us.
Learn the lessons, shot fired.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah.
think we can take something that would have taken a certain number of years and significantly decrease the time it will take to get it right.
Wow.
And like Destiny it's on Stadia. Like, Destiny is on anything that you can put Destiny on. and so it's really interesting to see how that's
Mhm.
again how it's all going to
God, Stadia.
play out. Crossplay is probably going to be a big factor in all of that. Which is
Yeah.
interesting considering like Halo has actually been getting a lot of complaints about crossplay. It's like, let us turn this off.
Yeah.
We don't want to play against these mouse and keyboard players or the cheaters or whatever.
But at the same time, like in kind of a bit of desperation for Halo really to make a big splash this holiday season, they made it free. There's like the multiplayer portion, just get in, and then like dropped it one day. It was like shadow drop Halo multiplayer. Today's the day we all jump in, and I think that like it did really well. I wonder.
Yeah,
if
true.
Sony was
I played it.
finishing up, like the finer points of this deal, before the holidays, and we're just like, how can we counter that? And it's like, let's just, if we're going to make this acquisition, let's make it as accessible as possible. And it's funny, after Halo's like big free to play, party, Microsoft's just clamping down on all these other like franchises. Like, no, this is just us. It's gonna be interesting to see if it's like nice guy Sony this gen. If they're like, no, come on in, have some free.
We'll see.
More PlayStation free Plus games and free PS2 games on Steam. Just weird initiatives and weird events and stuff.
What does Bungie
Jim
own
Ryan
besides
also said
Destiny?
in that game with Game.biz, I believe, said we should expect more when it comes to further PlayStation acquisitions.
Yeah.
So
they're not done.
Wow.
Yep.
They're gonna spend $70 billion, but on
maybe like
30
10
different
studios.
companies.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, and that is that like and they say here that this is this is a strategic partnership. This really wasn't about consolidating the industry or whatever, but when they talk about more coming up, then it's like, yeah, it does raise those flags. It's like, all right, slow down. We don't want to like get to a point where we just have these two titan companies and everybody else trying to pick up the scraps.
But it's funny, Brad. I'm trying to get inside the head of the
Again,
Destiny Elite.
Disney.
Because I reviewed Destiny on the PlayStation 4, and it was the Sony press conference, correct me if I'm wrong, that showed Destiny for the first time. I remember Satin and Jones, Jonesy came out on stage with Satin, and they played like the first level that we've all played a billion times now. And so it's like I always kind of thought about Destiny tied with Sony in a weird way. It's one of those you have to question, like how much have they done, or was there any advanced console version or something? And then this is from, so like there might have been people that were very much involved in the Xbox ecosystem for Halo that left with Bungie, maybe over to Sony, and are now kind of more in the PlayStation 5 ecosystem. And then this happens. They're like, I'm in the Nexus. I made it. It's like I don't have to get a new console. I don't have to get new friends or a community. Like, whoa, where are they going with this? So I wonder how much. It sounds like they want to assure Bungie or Destiny players that like, no, not much is going to change. But at the same time, I'd be like, please go nuts.
Yeah.
Give me some console exclusivity
whatever
over here.
The Destiny roadmap will probably continue as planned multi-platform, but yeah, they probably have more than one game cooking, so who knows what's going to come of that.
Exactly. Destiny will stay, but anything they make with Sony will probably be exclusive. Most likely.
343 is like, we're good too. Like it's neat to have to feel confidence in these, but like what an interesting play for such a paltry percentage of what Xbox just shelled out to get any infinite number of franchises potentially. But then it's like, whoa, like we kind of pondered, but I think there's just a little more mystique around like, oh yeah, what is Bungie's next?
Yeah.
Any more bits of info from the headlines that we missed?
I don't know that there's anything else. Yeah, I think we kind of hit all the biggest things. It's just very, it's very crazy. It's very curious to see what they're doing, because it's hard for me. I'm sure like as a stockholder they make sense, but it's like hard for me like as a PlayStation gamer, like like what is there to be excited for here? Like what do they bring to the table? It's just it's kind of a funny thing. It's like well, the thing that they bring to a table is they're going to allow PlayStation to get onto more things.
Yeah.
So your PS5 will only be integral for certain specific features or whatever.
It's just, I don't know, man. This whole thing's just crazy. Just hearing Sony even talk like this about other platforms and competing platforms, it's insane. It's like, are you gonna tell me Nintendo's gonna be the next one to do this? Like, I have no idea now what's gonna happen.
Well, one of the rumors that was going around last week, right, was with the Call of Duty news, is that that Xbox is going to try to get Game Pass onto PlayStation or something, right?
We've been hearing about that for a while.
And I
So
we
it's
talked
like,
about it earlier.
is there some kind of weird deal working out to where like Game Pass will just be both of them somehow? You know, like is that even in the cards? And like somehow Sony and Xbox join up and there's Game Pass is just one subscription?
It's like I'm playing Sony's owned Bungie shooter franchise through Game Pass on my PlayStation 5. It's like, otherwise, I'd have to buy it on my PlayStation 5 unless I got it last month for the free PlayStation Plus, but only for 2 weeks. Like, yeah, it's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
It is gonna get weird.
Do like how Microsoft has or Xbox has their app on PC. I hope PlayStation does something like that for the PC in the future. That'd be sweet.
No, yeah,
one
for
of the
sure.
things that was going
For
on
sure.
too is
I see that happening regardless. There's no way that's not going to happen. I mean, maybe not initially because of whatever, but yeah, totally see it. Just like I said it before, I see it coming to PC and possibly other systems besides, just like Game Pass. So yeah, for sure.
PlayStation is rolling out a link with Discord.
Yeah.
So that you can see like the status if somebody's playing a PlayStation game. You can see that.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I saw this too.
So that
don't really use
potentially
Discord,
ties into this
so maybe I should. I don't know.
You know, making the PSN accounts a little bit more portable and functional on different platforms. So I wonder, because like right now, have you played any of those like Days Gone or anything on PC? Like you don't sign into PSN or anything when you do that, right?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. So that's
because
interesting.
it's usually separate. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
Not to be a naysayer or a negative Nancy, but Bungie wasn't owned, and then they were owned, and then they were like, peace out, and now they're bought again.
Yeah.
Is this gonna last? Are they just gonna ride this out for this gen and then have a big Independence Day party, or what? Or is this?
But
Bungie
Jones, that's
for
the
the
thing that's so weird about these announcements because, again, like they start off like they are going to remain independent and multi-platform. Like,
yeah, because again, I believe the person last time Activision, they were apparently not good partners, and they were just. I forget the article, but overall, it was just Activision being Activision at this point. It was just not a good partnership, not beneficial for Bungie, and more than likely it was Activision just exploiting them. So again, yeah, I don't see Sony doing this. They've been so far so good. So yeah,
the way that they're talking about it is like, okay, we're gonna own them, but they're still just gonna do whatever they want to do. It's such a strange.
I think
focus on that.
It seems like them just telling Destiny players like, don't stop playing what you're playing on what you're playing. Keep going. We're not messing with you at all. We'll mess with you at the Game Awards at the end of this year with the big ass CG trailer for some crazy stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Right, but it
Sony's
sounds
not
like
at E3, so like they're gonna have their own little Bungie crazy event, you know, and reveal whatever this next thing is, and that will probably be exclusive. But who knows? Because they'll be like, oh no, that thing we were talking about, that was at the time. But they don't want to show their cards, man. It's interesting when somebody announces exclusivity because it's like, oh, I guess you can maybe take that back. But if I was Sony, I'd be like, okay, we got.
But that's the difference, though, right? Because with the Xbox deals, both of them they were kind of cagey. They were kind of dodging the questions, like we're going to honor existing contracts, you know. Well, it's like, of course, you kind of have to. But with this, there's like, first thing, Destiny is not going anywhere. Bungie's Futures games, we want them to be on multi-platform. In fact, we want all of our stuff to be like. It's just like the emphasis on this not being exclusive is very interesting.
Actually, I wonder if it's like a long game where because Sony is dedicating that Destiny will not go exclusive, that it will remain multi-platform, it sort of in a way plays a game with Microsoft now and Call of Duty, whereas the moment Call of Duty is announced to be exclusive, you know, people will outcry and they'll automatically point to Sony saying, hey, look, Sony bought Destiny and they kept it multi-platform. Why can't you? Why can't you play that? You know, I wonder if it's that sort of mind game that they're trying to go for. I mean, either are companies that look towards years in the future. So I couldn't put it past them. That could be a mind game they're playing.
Interesting.
We get Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan. We hook them both up to lie detectors simultaneously, and we just say the names of franchises. We got a tick. I think it's exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm playing that one again on a PlayStation controller unless they allow me to plug it into my Xbox Series X. Who knows? What is the future? We have to do breaking news on every single announcement. How many breaking newses are we going to do in the month of February? What's going to happen? Are we going to get through February without billions of dollars being spent, Brett Ellis, on whatever, on Sega, on Konami,
No.
on EA?
No. I think there is good. I'm feeling another one. Feel the tremors in the
Oh
ground.
God.
I don't think that we probably will. I think like Blue Point. When was Blue Point? Blue Point was a while back, and then what was before Blue Point?
Yeah, people are just frisky because it's the financial.
They usually take a couple
months.
months. They usually take a couple months between one and the next. Unless
Who says Microsoft's got to take a couple months? What if Nintendo's getting hungry?
They don't know.
Oh shit.
Nintendo's definitely not hungry.
They're
I don't think they would
so
even buy
funny.
Next Level Games unless Next Level Games had,
Yeah.
if they hadn't said, "Hey, we're gonna sell to somebody," like Nintendo was like, "Oh, nope, no, you're not. Stay here."
Like when everyone called Nintendo after Next Level, and they were like, "Who else?" Nintendo just hung the phone up. They were like, "We're not. No, this is a very, very rare thing. These companies seem hungry. This can be a bloodbath, but it's gonna be very fun to watch and listen to. And thanks to Brad Ellis and Daniel Bloodworth, especially you, Bloodworth, for looking up the news and having those headlines there. We can chat about it and then, of course, dig into it way more on the Easy Allies podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
So stay tuned. Thank you for listening and or watching. Thank you, Blood. Thank you, Brad. See you soon.
So yeah, that was my reaction to the Easy Allies reaction to Sony buying Bungie. Again, this was a bit experimental. Please, if you enjoyed me watching them or doing this, let me know. Leave a like or comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, I love these guys. They're one of my favorite content creators. All of them are incredible. I highly suggest you check them out. I'll leave a link for them down below. But yeah, I always love their takes, and they're great. They're fantastic. I always trust in them, especially the reviews. They have amazing reviews that most of the time I actually agree with. But yeah, again, if you did enjoy this, let me know. I would be happy to make more. Uh, Follow, subscribe to me if possible, all that good stuff. So yeah, have a good game, and until next time.